All right, welcome back, I guess. Welcome to this long overdue mail call. I had my kids staying with me for a couple of weeks and just didn't have the time, didn't have the space and all to set up. So, as you can see, there's a lot to go over. So, I guess let's get started with, yeah. So, Beneath is on Amazon, and I've always been struck by like this really cool gothic artwork. I don't know who Mr. Sorois is. Sorry if I mutilate your name. I can never pronounce anything. Uh, this, in reading about it, I read that it was like adult and like with gore and nudity and all that stuff, and I'm like, well, I mean that kind of sounds interesting to me. Uh, the other thing was like the size of it. It is comes in. Let's see what I can actually see of this daggum thing. It comes in at the pages are not numbered. If I remember the listing from Amazon, it was something like 400 something pages. And I swear to you, it's like $20, $30. So, I mean, it just seems really cool. I mean, I like weird settings and stuff like that. And maybe this is a bit more approachable than Lamentations of the Flame Princess right now. I have flipped through it a little bit, and it does involve some possible sex, and there are titties and stuff in here. So, but I mean, it's black and white if that's like your thing or whatever. So I don't know. I may give it a deep dive later. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to. So whatever. All right. Oh, I finally got a hardback copy of The White Hack, and I really dig The White Hack. I do. I've played it a couple of times on Discord with some nice group of fellas, and yeah, I just like it, and I really appreciate a nice hardback book. Not crazy about the dust cover. Come on, guys, don't do this. Just give me. This is what like I would have preferred, Mr. Whitehack people, is like this, but instead like have like a some kind of illustration or something there. Let's see, what does this thing cost me? Let's see, from Lulu, it doesn't say, but it is 160 pages. It lets me know that, so that's important. So yeah, it's a really fun, cool, easy little system. And I'm sorry, I'm not a big like D&D historian, geek, OSR nerd. I just enjoy playing it, so I couldn't tell you like which one this is. I'm sure my friend Chris could. It's BX or first edition or something, but yeah, I dig it, and yeah, you should get it. Okay, since I backed, let's talk old school essentials for a little bit. All right, so Mr. Mrs. Ever how you identify, whatever you might be, necrotic gnome. Can we talk for just a little bit, like genius author to hack podcaster, buddy? I find these books to be organizationally confusing. I don't understand, and it's really hard to find out what I need, because like the I just backed the Kickstarter, and it's shipping. It'll probably be in the next one of these that I do, because I had gotten some of these books, but there are others, and I was very confused as to which ones I needed. Like apparently, the first one, which is just old school essentials, classic fantasy, which is what this is, were all those brightly colored books that you can get in a nice slipcase, or you could get this, which is the Player's Tome. And And again, very sorry that I'm not a big D&D nerd and could tell you it's one of them is supposed to be like first edition, second edition, or BX, and then the other one is advanced Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, these are fantastic books, absolutely fantastic, well put together, incredible artwork. I mean, I really wish I could say who these nice people are that do these nice artwork, but sorry, my bad, not that good. But yeah, it just took me forever to like understand what I needed, Mr. Necrotic or Mrs. Necrotic Gnome, ever how you would choose to identify. I didn't understand. Like, there were all those colorful books, and then you release these. There's like the rules tome, the GM tome, and then to further confuse me, you release the advanced, the old school advanced, and that's actually what I got off the Kickstarter. Was I got the slipcase of advanced because I had this. And I actually think I do have a copy of the advanced player. So I don't know. It's just really confusing. Not that I've had an opportunity to play in a game yet, but I want to. Sorry, I just wanted to say that, you know. But yes, for your regular Joe that understands this shit, please go out and get these. These are really, really cool. They're really put together well, gorgeous artwork, well organized, and yeah, you should get them. All right. So the next thing was the Kickstarter for Death in Space. Shipped. And, I mean, all the cool kids are playing Mothership now. And Death in Space was kind of like, copy my home, can I copy your homework? Well, yeah, change some things so the teacher doesn't notice. Maybe. I don't know. Sorry if that insults some people. But this is what I got, which is the base thing. The artwork and stuff in here is gorgeous. And yeah, it's, again, a well put together book. I don't know much about the system. I have not played it. I have a friend that feels comfortable running Mothership. And yeah, so I hope to actually be able to play some soon. Let's see, it also came with this really nice poster of the chicken tender system and a couple of nice little pamphlet zines with some other stuff, other rules, settings, and whatnot. But yeah, really cool. Definitely wanted to back this and glad it came in. I did get a little nervous when I got an email that was like, oh, look, we're really sorry. Other outlets have received their copies and your Kickstarter backers haven't, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, man, that's like the worst thing about Kickstarter is that possibility. But it all worked out. It like showed up the next day. So anyway, moving on. Nobody asked you. I have a corgi that's annoyed with me down there. I should put a corgi cam down there. Wouldn't that be cool if I could cut to that? What's Roxy doing? Anyway. So, got some stuff from Goodman Games. I feel like I make sure their kids have a really good Christmas with the amount of money I spend there. This is Crypt of the Science Wizard. I ultimately prefer Mutant Crawl Classics to Dungeon Crawl Classics, although I spend most of my time playing Dungeon Crawl Classics. I just like the idea of science wizardry, Thundar the Barbarian. So this is a nice, well put together book. I mean, a nice alien inspired artwork. Little halfling guy there. Yeah, I dig this. So really cool. And came with some, I don't even know what this is. I'll read it later, but it came with another weird pamphlet thing with weird places. So there's that. And okay. Other things I got was the Un-American Road Atlas. When I had to get this when I was told that the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid in Memphis is like a setting in here, a location. So, I mean, I'm not there seems to be like two ways of doing this kind of RPGs, and it seems to be like 90% Mad Max. I'm not that crazy. Again, I want Thundar more. Okay, that's that's an alligator woman. She has boobs, but alligators are reptiles. How does that work? What is this? I don't know. Somebody tell me. I'm confused. Anyway, so I'm not really sure which way it leans specifically. I got the actual core setting guide. I mean, dadgum, I love this artwork. It's so, I mean, to say gritty is cliche, but yeah, this dwarf guy, this IG-88 guy with a lantern on his head, this not space marine. I love this artwork. I had to have this. So yeah, I'm hopefully maybe get this to the table this summer. Maybe looks really cool. I want to be a technologist where I'm like, oh, what is that? I think it's a birdhouse. It's not a birdhouse. So yeah, really really cool. So past that, I've got a little crazy, and the sale didn't help on Drive-Thru RPG with print-on-demand stuff. You know, it allows you to get stuff that you wanted when you were younger but didn't have, or you used to have, and you got rid of it, or your mom threw it away because it was satanic, and, well, to get it now would cost you a couple $100, or you can just do print-on-demand. And that's what I've done. I love Dragonlance, and I have owned this just to read it. I actually read the novels and stuff way before I ever got this, because I used to own this, and I've never ever got to play it or run it. So that is super sad, and I want to change this in the future. Let's see, this is going to be... Alright, so this is advanced. Damn, I'm sorry. They should have sent a poet. I call this second edition, but that's probably wrong. Anyway, this is the Adventures, which I think is it a collection of the first 4? No. That's another thing. This is the nice source book-ish thing for it. So yeah, there's Tanis Half Elven, and I can't remember who these guys are, but I'm pretty sure maybe that's important. Anyway, so back to DCC RPG. I picked this up on the RPG auction Facebook group because I wanted it. Yeah, this seems just really cool. I love the look of, like, this is obviously pneumatic tubes that are dumping, like, I don't know, something, and these look to be kind of dwarf guys. So wanted to play this one. It was cheap, or I hate it when that happens, so we'll see. All right, also got Xanadu because I love the Olivia Newton-John movie, and the fact that this is sort of like a weird 16-bit, or sorry, 8-bit, 4-bit, whatever adventure. Love the artwork and stuff. And I got it because my friend already had the DCC version, and I got some other stuff to do. Old School Essentials. Alright, so again, Necrotic Gnome. This is Classic Fantasy Referee Screen. Which one? I don't get it. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Sorry. My apologies. I'll learn to read first. Maybe I can't read. That's sad. Anyway, it's Old School Essentials, Advanced Fantasy, as well as the classics. So, yay. Maybe I'll actually get to run this. I hope so. I want to be that guy. He's like, hey, your pants are unzipped. It's like, your pants are unzipped. That's a flower. Anyway. So, I prefer science fiction to fantasy, I guess you could say, is the best way to say this. And I learned that there is a kind of a Old School Essentials sci-fi, a version of Old School Essentials that's sci-fi. and it's a lot of people say starts without number. And this is the revised edition. And thanks to the sale on Drive Through RPG, I got to get the good, nice color version. Oh, this feels so good. It's absolutely freaking gorgeous. Just a fantastic print. And this is actually based on BX. I'm going to go on the line and say that, knowing that it might be incorrect, and if it is, you should say so in the comments. I have some other, what is it? That other AD&D, was it Star something? Star Frontiers. Some of their adventures that I want to run using this. So I hope to be able to do this in the future. I'm currently DMing Traveler, and people keep coming back every week, so I'm not doing that bad of a job. And in fact, they get mad when I cancel and push it back or something. But yeah, so hopefully to do this later. Yes, but this is good. The stars without number. All right. So moving forward, should we continue to do the print-on-demand D&D? Yeah, let's see. I'll just move this over and we'll start going through it. I like to move that over. That should be more even up. All right. So I became aware of this, being a fan of Monty Cook, that this is one of the more infamous, famous, well-loved modules out there. Module is the correct word? Is it adventure? Is a paladin in heck? I mean, dadgum, to release this at the height of the Satanic Panic. That's ballsy. That's really, really ballsy. Well, I say the height. It does have a copyright of 1998. So, to release this 15 years after the height of the Satanic Panic, not as ballsy. So, there you go. Want to do this, want to run this. Glad to have a print on demand. I'm actually going to have to get a character up to level 15, but we'll see. All right. The next thing was something I had never even heard of. Look, I love the idea, and not as an actual person who believes that the earth is hollow or whatever. I love the idea of the fantasy setting of like Hollow Earth. When you get to like science fiction pulp kind of stuff. So that being said, I had no idea Dungeons and Dragons did a version of that. Wonder who Aaron Alston is. So I had to get this and really hope to, maybe run this one day. Dwarves are there, my favorite fantasy race, so I'm honestly just looking forward to just reading this and learning about it, because this is something that happened, that existed, that I had no idea. All right, there's the adventure book. And all this. This is a print-on-demand version of what came in the box set. And does it give a copyright? 1990. So, yeah. Gosh, in 90, I think I was in 8th grade. But, yeah, just thought it was cool. So, moving on. The next thing we had was a copy of The Gazetteer, the official gaming accessory, because this includes the Dwarves of Rockholm. And I kind of low-key collect D&D dwarf stuff, and I have never read this one. I didn't have it, so I decided to get this. I mean, it was pretty cheap for print on demand, and honestly, the quality is good. The paper feels like really good, and it's color. But I mean, you can obviously tell it's a scan. In fact, you kind of see it bleed through the paper a little bit on that, but I mean, it is what it is. It's for you to play with. I mean, that's the whole reason. I mean, I had a PDF of this, but if I'm gonna go out and like run it, I've got to have a physical copy so I can be like, wait, motherfucker, let me find this. See, no. This was levels 2 and 3. You're level 6. You can't play that. So, just glad to have it. All right, so I think this is a good time to dive into. Yeah, it looks like it. All right, this is it. So this is where we dive into my insane love of Mega Dungeons. This is a Lulu print. This is Anomalous Subsurface Environment. This is the city of Zurr and dungeon level 1 for character levels 1 to 2. I thought this would be, yeah, you see the nice throwback to the cover, the monster manual. That's not King Kong, and yeah. It's, I want to, like, I just love reading these things. It's just fascinating to me. Like, okay, you go here, you go there, this is that, this is what it is, and I'm fascinated by just the originality of, like, so many of the runes and NPCs that are in these, and I just love the idea of, spending, I don't know, summer, a month, a year, whatever, meeting regularly with friends and trying to just go all the way through these. And so, yeah, this is kind of a lower end one, but well thought of and spoken of, and it's for basic and advanced editions of Old School Essentials and Labyrinth Lord. And, if you've seen my thing with Labyrinth Lord, you'll know that, yes, I want to run these. Okay, Blade Zombie may have a point. Haha. So, that being said, you've probably heard me talk about, that was out of order, the Halls of Arden Vol. The biggest, dickest mega dungeon of all time. So what happened, and why I have 3, 4, and 5 here is they put the complete PDF of the Halls of Arden Vol on sale. It was like deal of the day on DriveThruRPG. And it was like, it was $20 or $30 for basically like a 1,500, 2,000 page PDF. Because these are, let's see, each volume is roughly 230 a piece. There's 5 volumes. So yeah, you're just over 1,000 pages of it. And the author was like, oh, okay, well, it's deal of the day. So anybody that buys this, I'll give you a 30% off coupon for print on demand for these. And I'd already owned the first 2 just because I'm insane. And yeah, really want to actually, do something with this. And this is like the biggest mega dungeon of all time. Just fascinated by these things. I should do a whole YouTube thing on that, on like how I got into them and the different ones that I have, and maybe what I think of it. Yeah, it's just really, really cool. I just think that's neat. And these are so well done. Now, granted, the paper, it's cheaper than the D&D stuff we've looked at. Not in color, but it's this nice hardback, These look so good, on the shelf. And like number 5 is basically just the reference thing of like where the maps and stuff and where you find everything. So, yeah. And of course, the PDF is a lot better for this, but you can still go through, look, and all that. But yes, so I got all that. And because now my collection is complete. You could do it with Labyrinth Lord, which is what I'd like to do, or Old School Essentials, or anything kind of adjacent to that. So let's see. Like I said, big mail call. Been backed up for quite a while with this. So yeah. Moving on. So okay, yeah. This is the other Anonymous anomalous subsurface environment, and this is again Labyrinth Lord. I really want to run this, and that was one that we did earlier for levels one. That was a level 1 dungeon. This is level 2 and 3. This is Patrick Wetmore. I should probably try to get him on the show. Although I say that, and I'll talk about this on the next podcast, there is a guy who is known for making mega dungeons. And since I own a lot of his stuff and are interested in a lot of it, I wanted to interview him. So I hopped on, the World Wide Web and kind of poked around in Facebook groups for OSR and started asking about him. Turns out he's this anti-vax, quasi-alt-right kind of, dude that hates woke culture and all that. So we'll talk a good bit about, the art versus the artist. Anyway, so don't meet your heroes, kids. Unless it's me. So, and if I'm your hero, you're in trouble. So, yes, that is the 2 and 3. I need to make my group play Labyrinth Lord. So, anyway, moving on. All right, this is the Classics modules, Volume 2. And this is Volume 1. I was like, what the hell is Volume 1? I know I got that. So again, I'm all set up to run Dragonlance. I have the source book. I have 8 adventures right here. Let's go fight Tanis Elven or that Lord Soft guy. So again, print on demand versions of the box set. This is what you get. They had a sale. It was nice. I'm glad to have these. The quality. This is where we get more on the cheaper side, just that cheaper feel and whatnot. I am glad I could do this and it doesn't turn my hand black. So I mean that's one thing. If that was really bad, so they kind of upped their game with it. But yeah, there you go. Just these Dragonlance. Maybe we'll get to that. All right, back to miniature gaming. That thing which Adam is known for. And I found this copy of Necromunda on eBay. Super cheap because no one apparently liked the fact that it had these things on it. Well, I find these things super handy. I can go terrain. Oh, there's my terrain. Wait, what about rules? Well, click right, let's go right here. This is where the rules are. I really, really want to learn this. So this summer, I kind of want to do a Necromunda League campaign, whatever you call it. We've been playing a lot of Blood Bowl. I played in a local league. And the rules, at least the campaign rules, for injuries and stuff like that, are very similar. So I just made me go, dang, I'm going to have 2 gangs for this. I remember playing it and loving it so much years ago. So I just want to, I want to play it. So I wonder if I could get all these 40K players to maybe, play, to do something. So I had to get the latest version of the rule book, and there it is. All right. I kind of kept my box intact. Look, I did this order from Blacksite Studios, and I wanted to keep the box intact because I love that they stuff it with this black, gothic, scary packaging. I mean, that's not all the packaging, but you get the idea. I finally got a copy of Lunar. This is because I love For All Mankind. So this is Americans versus Russians in spacesuits on the moon. So yeah, Blacksite Studios, this whole thing. And I spent more than I probably should have. Oh yeah, and I guess last but not least, I got a copy of their Spectre Operations rulebook. Oh well, it's not. It's carried by Blacksite, but it's not theirs. This allows you to do kind of modern type skirmish gaming. You know, Americans versus Russians, Taliban, you know, whatever. Which, I mean, honestly is a little timely now, but yeah. So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed this edition of Mail Call, and I hope you continue to view. This goes to Patreons first, all few of them. I really appreciate the fact that they give me a couple bucks a month, and yeah. And then it goes to you guys at YouTube, so you see it, and so yeah. So if you like, subscribe, ask questions, whatever you want to do. So, see ya.